What's up guys, this is Massey. Welcome to another video. In this video I want to show you some examples regarding sound intensity and logarithmic functions. So the first example I have here, it says a particular sound is 100,000 times more intense than a sound you can just barely hear. What is the loudness of the sound in decibel? So the formula is going to be L equals to log I over I naught, which L represents loudness in terms of decibel, I represents sound intensity, and I naught is sound intensity, or basically reference sound intensity, or sound intensity that you can hear it barely. So basically it's going to be L equals to log 100,000 times I naught over I naught. These two cancels out. Is going to be log 100,000, which is going to be log 10 to the power 5, which is going to be 5 times log 10, and log 10 is 1. So 5 times 1 is going to be 5, and the unit is going to be decibel. Next example. It says the loudness of clapping is 85 decibel. How many times as loud as the normal conversation of 60 decibel is clapping? So basically we have M1 85 dB, M2 60 dB. So that's going to make it M1 minus M2 equals to log I1 over I2. So that's going to be 85 minus 60 equals to log I1 over I2, which means that log I1 over I2 is 25. So I1 over I2 is going to be 10 to the power of 25, as intense as the clapping. Clapping is going to be 10 to the power of 25 more intense than normal conversation. Let's put it this way. So next example, it says how many 80 decibel vacuum cleaners must be operating at once to create sound levels of 120 decibel. So like the previous example, in this case I'm going to use L instead of M. So L2 minus L1 is going to be 120 minus 80, which is going to be 40 log I2 over I1, which is going to be I2 over I1 equals to 10 to the power of 40 times more intense. And it means that we need to have 10 to the power of 40 vacuum cleaner. This basically you need to have 1 and in front of it 40 zeros. So that's, I'm just gonna leave it as 10 to the power 4. So consider the sound intensity above 85 decibel that results in hearing damage or loss. In a manufacturing company, a pressing machine has a sound intensity of about 2 times 10 to the power of 11 IO. Do you need to wear ear protection or not? So in this case, I'm going to say M or L equals to log I over I naught, which is going to be log 2 times 10 to the power of 11 I naught over I naught is going to be log 2 times 10 to the power of 11. So when you calculate it, it's going to be log it's going to be 11 over 11.3 decibel. So basically we don't need to wear any protection because it is less than 85 decibel. So we don't do not need to wear an ear protection. Next example, the sound level of a lawnmower is 117 decibel. How many times more intense is the lawnmower sound compared to the threshold intensity? So it's going to be L equals to log I2 over I1. So that's going to be 117 log I2 over I1. So which is going to be 10 to the power of 117, which is a very huge number. Next one, two sounds of intensities I1 and I2 have decibel levels of 60 and 80 respectively. Determine the ratio of the intensity of I2 and I1. So we're going to say L2 minus L1 equals to log I2 over I1. So that will be 80 minus 60 is going to be log I2 over I1, which is going to be 20. So I2 over I1 is going to be 10 to the power of 20, bigger than the other one. And the last example I have is a loud car stereo has a decibel level of 130 decibel. How many times as intense as the sound of a loud car stereo is the sound of a rock concert speaker with a decibel level of 95? So we're going to say 130 minus 95 equals to log I2 minus I2 over I1. That's going to be 35 log I2 over I1. Therefore, I2 over I1 is 10 to the power of 35. More intense than the sound of rock concert speaker. So basically these are examples you might face during solving sound intensity questions, and the formula that I explained earlier, it was L equals to log I over I naught, which is decibel, this one, the loudness, I is the sound intensity, I naught is reference sound intensity. So that's how you deal with this kind of question. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me a comment if you have any question. Thank you for watching and have a great day.